So, in the middle of trying to get a lot of things ready to move. I know none of this looks like I have, but I have dealt with haunt season, usually work in a haunted house, making things, acting, all that fun stuff. But today, we gotta do some repair. I know a lot of people would be just throw it away, and it works just fine, but the handle is broken. And I don't know if you can see that. That's my dad's name. While he was in the nursing home, he needed a flashlight. Got him a nice big flashlight that'd be easy to hold on to. Guessing he might have dropped it at some point, but Dad's no longer around, so kind of holding on to it. Sentimental value, all that good stuff, and it still works. I've actually mounted a GoPro mount on it to where I can use the camera you guys are seeing through at the haunted house and get people's reactions and stuff. So I'm gonna try to fix this without losing this. I tried it before with Plastruct and styrene, sheets of black styrene, and that's where this glue and the glue, you can see the residue in there. It didn't work, it didn't hold up. So I'm gonna scratch this all up a little bit near all the spots where it's cracked, which the crack is interesting. The hole where it was, I guess, to hang on the shelf or a shelf peg, it's cracked here and then up here instead of just all the way through, which is probably the only reason it's still together is because it still kind of catches on itself. But the idea of scratching this up is, one, to get some of that other residue off, and two, to give the other stuff that I'm about to put on it something else to bite. And I'm not filming with the camera that I normally film with, so if the quality is horrible, sorry. Like I said, in the middle of trying to pack stuff up and move, and that's why I haven't made any videos in a long time or finished any projects like the engraver that is on the back burner. I believe I might have a little ADD going on there. Get started on a project and then want to start on the next project and start on the next project and start on the next project, and eventually they do get done. Eventually. Alright, so gonna use some 2-part epoxy from this no-name brand that couldn't even put their name on there. I mean, geez, people, at least put your name on there, right? And it's not like I took a marker and marked it out, but my idea here, I need something to mix some of this up on. I just thought about that. I have a random circle of paper laying here on my desk because this is how my brain works. My brain is just the random directions of this, that, and the other. And this is really clean tape, as you can tell. Extremely clean tape. It hasn't been on the floor or kicked around or dumped in the garbage or anything like that, as you can tell from how clean it is against this white paper. The only reason I'm putting this down on there is so this stuff doesn't soak through and get on my tabletop. It's not that I really care that much about the tabletop. I mean, it's just that I don't want to lump right in the middle of where I do most of my work. So that should be a good little spot to make a mess. Yeah. There was a stir stick, I thought. Maybe I lost it already. That happens. Happens a lot. So organized. Pretty easy to do. didn't see it. And I've actually cleaned out part of the desk, so a lot of the stuff is actually gone already. This is not the part of the desk that I cleaned out. I don't know if you can even see that from there. What wide angle on the GoPro? You probably can. Be right back. Voila. Stuff and things. Because I've been in the middle of trying to move. Wifey's been staying in a hotel room where we're moving to, usually during the week. Like right now it's a Wednesday morning, I don't know, 1:40 in the morning, so not that that really matters, but so got a lot of this kind of stuff, plastic silverware and whatnot, where she's brought stuff back from getting something to eat on the road or something, and they've included this stuff. The idea here though is going to be to get this tape in such a way that I can keep this all from just running through it and getting everywhere else until I'm ready for it to actually go everywhere else. So use this plastic knife, push that down. I'll try to burnish that in a little bit to where it'll actually maybe hold and keep from making a giant mess, and just make a small mess. Small messes we can deal with. Alright. And I've just thought about this. I'm going to reinforce this stuff even more. I'm going to make it even stronger. Or at least make it stay in place a little better with some cotton balls. I know it sounds kind of productive to some people, but if you've ever worked with fiberglass or anything, it's kind of the same concept. I'm going to fatten it up to where I can make this whole piece solid with this. That'll be alright. There's a 1 minute set time on this, so this is not a take your time with it product. There was 2 tubes for it. Not sure where the other one went. And it was literally just here. So it's probably sitting right here on camera where you can see it, but so this stuff's pretty simple usually. You squeeze this junk out and you can see it mixes in this tube. Being that this is instant mix, I probably don't actually need that platform. I can probably apply straight to that platform. Look at that. Maybe I did need it. Ah, lock that in. Lock that in, or else you'll do what I just did. And we'll pull the plunger back just a little bit, if it'll go back, to stop the flow. And we'll shove a cotton ball in. Hopefully I can get this cotton ball saturated enough. This stuff smells like a dying skunk. Holy cow. I don't think I've ever smelled one of these that was this raunchy. Wow, that's bad. I don't think I'll buy this kind again unless it works really well, because ugh, it stinks. Not even in like a good skunk way. for those that know what that means. That's just wrong. I need to add some up here. Yeah, this is definitely going to be a one-sided application. Might end up needing to use some more. So I might end up having to buy more. But if I do, I'll buy one that doesn't smell like a dying skunk. Because I don't like it. I don't like it at all. And where this is already setting up on the knife some, where it's 1 minute set time. It's being a little bit of a pain. Hopefully this is actually recording. Would be my luck. If you're seeing this, it was recording. Things I don't want is that drip there. I don't want that. Just want to try to smooth this in. Yeah, a lot of this is setting pretty quick. Good news is one side of this should be enough to make this strong again. Yeah, I probably shouldn't have that on me. Apparently there was a drip there that I set that in and I did not realize. Another reason taking some effort to try to repair this, or I guess the reason it has a little bit more meaning, I know, like I said, it's my dad's, but whenever he didn't have anything but a drawer full of clothes and a flashlight, he still tried to give me this flashlight even though I bought it for him. He tried to give it to me about every time I went down there, about every day that I was there. Because he was that kind of guy, you know. If he had something you needed it, generally he'd give it to you. I mean, he might try to trade and sell with you sometimes too, but for the most part, if you needed it, he had it. It was yours. He's a good guy like that. He was 97. But you can see how this is getting very slug-like. So that stuff will set up. Alright. Due to technical difficulties, you didn't get to see me do the other side. Battery died. I thought it was charged. Sorry. It was the same exact process, just a little bit more of a pain because I misplaced the other mixing tube. So I had to squirt it, mix it, and apply it. But it's all in there. It's actually sat overnight. This is the next night at 2 in the morning. Yeah, this stuff didn't sit as hard as I thought it would. But check that out. Anyway, just gonna kind of trim off any of the little bits that are sticking out that I don't like, because when you hold it, they rub weird. Not that I think it'll matter, but it'll work. It'll last. Be around for a while longer. Thought about getting the Dremel, digging it out, putting the little wire brush. It's not really a wire brush. It's a little sanding sponge wheel thing. Thought about doing that, but this will throw less dirt and everything everywhere. My PC is like 6 inches away, so throwing all that dirt and dust around, probably not a good idea. My buddy that put it together for me always gets on me about keeping it clean. Apparently that's something you're supposed to do with a computer. It's the first computer I've ever had built. I've always just, hey, you have a 4-year-old computer you want $50 for? Okay, I'll buy it and I'll use it. So maybe one day I'll show you a picture of the computer. Maybe not. Maybe you don't care. If you want to see it, let me know. If you don't want to see it, don't let me know. Sounds fair, right? It's really kind of weird. Basically talking to myself in an empty house. But one of you guys is going to hear it. At least somebody will watch it. It might just be one person. Probably my wife. She'll watch it in the hotel room when she's bored. And then she'll shoot me a message and call me a dork on Facebook for it. But yeah. Gotta find a new place to live, moving for her work, so that's gonna be fun. Gotta figure out whether we can actually find a place that will be as nice as this place. I mean, we got garage and everything here, and where we're moving, cost of living is a little bit more expensive, so not 100% sure that will be as nice of a place to start out, but hopefully, if we do rent, you can do that and then buy a place. Maybe get a place that doesn't have neighbors. Not that I don't dislike neighbors. It's just I like to listen to music loud and make noise. Like it's 2 in the morning. I would be perfectly fine with going out in the garage and starting up the table saw. I don't know what I would do, but you know, it's just the time that my brain wants me to go work on things. So neighbors don't tend to like that. So maybe it's not that I don't like neighbors. It's maybe that I'm worried neighbors don't like me. None of this that I'm doing right now is really necessary. It barely sticks out. It's pretty much smooth, but just kind of tinkering with it. The place that we are moving to, the town we are moving to, is the town we live in now is 6,000 to 9,000, somewhere around their population. No, not very big. And we're moving to a place that's 30,000, so it's definitely going to be more stuff and more things. And they have a woodworking shop. Like, you can actually go about woodworking stuff. And that's something I've been really wanting to get into for a long time, along with 500,000 other things that I've been wanting to get into. Blacksmithing. Would love to learn some blacksmithing. Looks like it would be a lot of fun. If you've seen some of my videos, I have one where I was making a kiridashi, which is a Japanese style utility knife. Didn't really do any blacksmithing per se, but it's a little bit of metal work, having to temper the blade, and shape it and all. It's actually laying back here in this pile of junk somewhere. This is the failed one. Well, not a kiridashi, obviously, but cracked right there. Didn't do so hot. The other one's piled in my well-organized desk somewhere back here. It'll be fun. You can look at the video and see it. It's got good pictures of it. Again, sorry that you're being forced to go through the GoPro. But yeah, the whole packing stuff up thing. You gotta wait for movers to come out and do all that stuff, which the cool thing is the company's taking care of a lot of that stuff, so that's pretty nice. And I think that's gonna be pretty good. I'm just gonna knock a little bit. This might look a little awkward, the way that I'm handling this. It's because I'm trying to handle it in a way that you can see, instead of just putting my face down in it and working on it. Alright, so there's a mess on the table. Not moving around. Now there's still that crack there. I didn't want to jam a bunch of stuff down in it. So I have some really thin CA glue. Sounds great. Smells worse. And I'm going to see if I can get some of that to just flow into it. Stress on it. So it moves just barely. See if I can get some of that CA glue down into it. I don't have any activator. I'm out. There's a hobby shop or two. Well, there's a hobby shop and then there's a craft store in the new place. So, we have a Hobby Lobby here. Some of you may know that or be familiar with that place. It's pretty decent, but new place doesn't have one of those. I forget the name of the place that it does have. But it has an actual RC shop, like a hobby shop, which I like RC stuff a lot. So maybe I'll get to tinker with some of that some more. I think it might be back together. I think we might be good. Yeah, it's like a $6 flashlight. It's nothing amazing, but like I said, it belonged to my dad. It's one of the last things he had. One of the last things left of him, so I figure I'll keep it around a little bit longer. Alright, well, that's done. Like I said, it's just like a little placeholder video because I haven't made anything in a while. Like I was telling you before, I'm working at the haunted house, trying to help actors out and get props made and decorating, and I can't do a lot of the build part because of my back. I've got some issues there, but I like to decorate. I like to make things and make things creepy. But all that's over. Holidays are over. And now I'm just waiting to get in the new place so I can make more content and maybe somebody will get some use out of it. It'd be nice. I've seen some people comment on some of the other videos. They seem to like the way things are going, so that's cool. I hit 10,000 views here recently. I'm pretty amazed by that and pretty blown away. Last I checked, I think I was close to 70 subscribers, so kind of a little bit of validation. Yeah, thanks guys, appreciate it very much. Told you before, I've got some of the other projects sitting here. I've got this very colorful Hot Wheels, and I've been wanting to mess around with them for a little while. I actually picked up these two a little while back. Just normal, everyday, this is how it comes. And I did some wheel swapping, lowered it, yeah, gave it a good touch. Still rolls, hasn't been actually anchored together yet, but that's your teaser for that video. I'll be taking this from monster truck to street scraper. Alright, thanks guys, girls, everybody.